Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow.
But Joe Budden was right. He was like, they'll show a man sexually engaged with another man on TV before they show a traditionally masculine male image on television, on any of these pop culture movie shows, whatever it is. And he's absolutely right. And then you had the other guy was like, well, what's being a man? I don't like those questions. And again, maybe those questions are being asked in order to further the conversation or what have you, because it is a multi-person podcast. So I'll give it that little bit of grace, but it still comes off to me as a disingenuous part of the conversation. Because what do you mean? What do you mean? I thought men were more or less in lockstep with what being a man was. Am I wrong about that? I thought that men had at least a cohesive outline. Maybe not the details, but a cohesive outline of what it takes to actually be a man. Because they all seem to agree with what Anthony Mackie was saying. And he was speaking not only from his personal experience, but also like just the generality of being a man. Okay, you learn protection, you learn to be aware of your circumstances, you learn to be aware of your environment, you have a responsibility to be aware and alert. And if you are placed in a leadership position, even if temporarily, you have to do it, or you have to learn how to do it. We realize that leadership and things of that nature, certain qualities of manhood are learned. It's learned behavior. Just because you may have masculine energy as a man, it doesn't mean that you don't go through man training. You still have to go through it. Just like women have to go through women training. And we see the result when that doesn't happen. When the boys don't go through man training and the girls don't go through women training, we just have a big chaotic mess. And everybody's working off emotion and everybody's all of that. So a lot of the behaviors that we find to be desirable and traditional, these are all learned behaviors. This does not just fall into your mind just because you reach a certain age. So they're having a conversation. She has not chimed in yet, but when she does, you'll realize she starts to have a different conversation. Exactly, babe. They don't show men raising their family, protecting the community, being spiritual, being a leader, being a stand-up man against all odds. Just some of the things that they don't show. They don't show these things. Not on any regular basis. And if you get a masculine, here's what I noticed. Whenever they depict a masculine male, they will make him gay, especially if he's black. He won't be the flaming gay. He'll be the masculine and be gay. I give you an example. On Fear the Walking Dead, there was a character named Strand, black guy. I forget the actor's name, but if I showed him to you, you would know. And this actor is actually a homosexual in real life. But in the Fear the Walking Dead, he was this, I like that character, right? He was trying to get back to his spouse. That's what the Domingo, but I forgot his full name. But yes. And he was just this calculating. He knew he could just figure it out. And they started following Strand because of the way he was maneuvering. And this was like the world was newly falling apart. Coleman Domingo. Exactly. Thank you. Coleman is his name. And the way he was maneuvering as the world was like falling apart, it was like the zombie apocalypse was just happening. It was just happening. Like people didn't even really know what was going on, right? And he was just maneuvering through. You know what I'm saying? If he had to off you, that's what he was doing. He was just like, nope, I already see this is the end of it. This is the end of the end. The world is never coming back, so I got to do what I got to do. Super masculine character, all up until he went and got his spouse, and the spouse was a man. Then he got started caking up with a man. Boy. But they do that with black men. They don't do that with white men. With white men, he's straight and he's a man. Walking Dead, Rick Grimes, which was the main character, white guy, a whole man all the way through. Never gay, never sassy. Leadership qualities, did what he had to do, protected his family in the midst of it as best that he could. All of that. They don't do it to white men. And if they do it to a white character, he's not the main character. He's not the main. The main, if it's going to be a main white character in certain situations like that where his masculinity has to be displayed, they're going to show that. And they're going to show it in a traditional way. Black men, they're not going to do. And if they do, if they make sure that he's not homosexual, they off him. They get rid of him out of the whole thing. But just listen to her. And the blowback that got. They did it, and it was risque for them. That movie got so much blowback. They did not welcome that movie at all. To show two manly white men in a homosexual relationship, they did not welcome. Like culturally, they didn't welcome that movie. You see, they didn't make another one. Culturally, they did not welcome that movie. It may have won some awards and or whatever. If it won some kind of awards or whatever, they still get roasted. The only reason Heath Ledger don't get roasted no more is because he ended up redeeming himself with the Joker and then he died. Jake Gyllenhaal's career has not been the same. He wasn't blackballed from it. But yeah, they definitely still roast Jake Gyllenhaal.